Great to see you. Thank you so much for sticking with us. The big day is finally here. A total solar eclipse right here in our area in just under 2.5 hours. We will have complete darkness for a pretty short time, but that short time is something that we have been looking forward to and planning for over a year.
Something that we've been kind of stressing about too in the weather department, Chris. I know that this forecast has been on your mind for about a year.
I've lost sleep many nights over this forecast, and we all know living here in Northwest Ohio, we're delivering on a banner day in Northwest Ohio. We're so excited to welcome so many visitors as well into this area. We've already met some, and while many people are flooding to the area, we just noticed moments ago the Glass City Pearl is actually on its way out of town.
Right, yes.
Right.
What a view. It looks like they're heading over Lake Erie to catch the ultimate moment of totality.
Just another perspective, and we're going to start seeing some movement in some of the things that we're covering. About 50 minutes, that is when you will start to notice. Chris, we were talking about it. We said, hey guys, can we nerd out a little bit and talk about this? But we're going to start noticing a little bit of coverage of the sun.
So the partial eclipse is going to begin at 1:56 here in Toledo. Totality is going to be between 3:10 and 3:16, depending on where you are. And then the partial eclipse on the other side ends at 3:26. But I'm really excited about this. And we're going to take you to the weather graphics, because when we talk about sun's corona, we're going to be seeing the entire blockage of the face of the sun. So we'll actually have an opportunity to see the outer atmosphere of the sun. That totality would give us the opportunity to see some loops and streamers or plumes. Those are those electromagnetic or charged plasmas that erupt and eject from the surface of the sun. We can visibly see that during the time of totality, something that you can only see during the time of totality. Interestingly enough, the outer atmosphere of the sun, it could be up to 2 million degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
That is thousands of times hotter than the surface of the sun itself.
Kaylin, let's set the scene a little bit here. What we're experiencing here at Imagination Station, I said it's like a living, breathing science experiment all behind us, isn't it?
It is. These kids are getting to geek out as much as possible about what's going on. Like I said, like you said, there's a lot of people here. There's a lot going on. People learning about the eclipse, what's happening. Chris, it's like we have some science experts in the making here.
It really can be inspirational to them.
Yeah.
You know, to have an event like this, they could look back on their life many years from now and say, I can pinpoint the day that I saw totality and I saw the total solar eclipse, and that's when I knew I wanted to become a scientist or become this. Or it really can inspire many people, and it may move people in different emotional ways as well. A lot of people that have traveled great distances that have seen these before. We met an astronomer, an amateur astronomer that came down from the Detroit area.
Yes.
He was at the 2017 eclipse.
Booked a hotel room.
Booked a hotel room, and he knew he wanted to be in Toledo because he knew it was going to be this great.
Yeah.
And he's brought 3 telescopes just to show how incredible this is. And he's already viewed some incredible sunspots in the sun, and I just can't wait till we get toward the partial eclipse that begins and eventual totality.
Chris, one of your colleagues, meteorologist Ryan Weekman, also part of our team coverage here today. We want to check in with him. And Ryan, last half hour, you were talking a little bit about the cloud cover, that little sliver we got, and you were saying it's not going to be a problem at all.
No, not at all. The clouds are coming in, but they're thin enough that we're fine. What's coming in right now in BG? The crowds. I can't believe how many folks are lining up, and we have a view of 75, the crowd that's coming in. It's a great looking day today. Now listen, we've talked a little bit about this, and I know Chris is going to geek out about it as well. I've got my handheld thermometer here, and we're going to see how the temperature changes once that eclipse begins. Right now we're showing about 70, almost 71 degrees. On April 8th, are you kidding me? In Northwest Ohio, that's how warm it is. We expect that temperature is going to drop as much as 7 to 10 degrees when we get into totality. So it'll be a noticeable difference on your skin. We have lots of people here now. To just say you get to see the total solar eclipse, we're fortunate enough. I get to see it in my hometown. It's been a little bit of a reunion. I've seen people I haven't seen since high school or college in over a decade. So it's been really fun catching up. They live all over the country coming back saying, this is the place to be. And I want to show you how that crowd has increased. Everybody, they've opened up the field, the stands. We're probably looking at 1,000 people in the stadium right now. We've probably got a couple hundred more outside with cars that are lined up down Wooster around Mercer that are trying to pack in here for what is going to be the largest solar eclipse viewing events in Northwest Ohio. So we're going to be continuing to broadcast live here. partial eclipse begins at 1:56. So the countdown is really on. We're not talking days, weeks. We're down to minutes here in Bowling Green with 3 minute totality on the way at 3:11. So we'll check back in with you guys coming up here in just a few minutes.
Ryan, thank you so much. We were talking about in fact, Chris was talking about it leading into this. He said, make sure, even for us, because we know schools have taken the day off, we know businesses have called a long lunch hour probably, but he said, take some time for yourself to really take this in.
Yeah, try not to be on your phone, and you're actually not supposed to be looking at your phone taking pictures. We're going to talk to Chris a little bit about that more later, but just kind of soak it in. Don't be on your phone, don't take pictures. This is going to be a once in a lifetime event that you can tell your grandkids about, your kids about, or hopefully they're here to tell their kids about. So we also want to check in though with one of our other meteorologists. Matt Willoughby is in Springfield Township. Matt, I know you found some great food there last time. What else is going on?
Yeah, so we did talk about me finding food, and I actually did find food. I found a pizza with Mike's Pizza. So they are out here serving up pizza, $2 a slice. Not bad out there. But yeah, as I continue to be out here, I'm starting to see more cars pass by, and we're continuing to see more and more people come out here. And already, just almost 2 hours ago, we already saw people camping out and setting up. This is a massive field, and we're already seeing people out here just kind of enjoying it. Got a few umbrellas popped up and everything, and people are just enjoying it. You got the soccer ball out there, so honestly, it's just a fun time, and people are still over there making a glass. We did speak to one of the guys that does work for Fire Nation, and he's saying, yeah, you can sign up right now or just walk up to do pretty much make your own glass mold, and I couldn't think of any perfect time to do that with temperatures of 2,000 here at the solar eclipse for us. So yeah, it's going to be a great time at Springfield Township. We're going to continue to see more and more as we go throughout the next couple of hours. We'll send it back to you, Jeff and Kaylee.
All right, thanks, Matt. I appreciate it. We also just got word, too, if you're still headed out to maybe to your eclipse spot, the Van Buren State Park, they are at capacity right now. We also just heard the Toledo Zoo parking lot is full. So if you're headed that way, I don't know, you might want to find a new route, might want to find a new place to be.
These are some of the things that we had talked about, and until it actually happens, people
don't realize it
or believe that it's really going to happen. In fact, Chris was pulling up some traffic cameras a little bit earlier and showing people coming down from Michigan. It was already starting to back up on I-75.
Starting to get a little congested. We're going to check in now with John Monk. He's in Tiffin. John, how's it going there for you?
Hey guys, when I got here at 10 in the morning, it was like 3 people setting up for the Elope at the Eclipse event. And now, as you can see, the East Green Amphitheater is slowly filling up with folks, many of them dressed in their Sunday best, because 140 more couples are going to be getting married during the eclipse. I'm joined with Marissa from Destination Seneca County. Tell me about your reaction to this turnout here today.
Yeah, honestly, it's overwhelming with happiness. Is that we're so excited to see all these couples have part of their love story in Seneca County, and to be able to welcome here to our great community. We couldn't ask for better weather, and everyone just has a smile on their face. We couldn't be more excited.
I know we have a couple people from the area, but what are some of the furthest couples that you've met today?
Yeah, so we have couples from Texas, Kentucky, Indiana, Pennsylvania, from literally all over. And we also have some visitors that are here just to witness not only the eclipse, but they heard about the wedding and they said, we want to go see how that works. And they're actually from the Netherlands. So to see them roaming around is huge. And they someone said that you would think that the only place to watch the eclipse is in Northwest Ohio, and we said we love to hear that, so we're happy to have it.
I know I met a couple who they came down from Detroit. They knew Tiffin would be a good viewing area. They had no idea this event was going on, so they were pleasantly surprised. What else are you guys doing? Because there's obviously food trucks and everything else.
Yeah, so we obviously have all the couples here along with their families. We have people here that just want to watch the experience happen. We have food trucks. They'll be able to do their first dance. We have photo opportunities, and then they'll head to the reception afterwards. But in addition to all of that, tons of our local businesses are open. They're ready to welcome all of our visitors and the community in, and it's so great to see everyone come together.
You guys have been planning this for over a year now. So what does today feel like with all that planning behind you, and after today, it's all in the rearview mirror?
Yeah, it is pretty crazy to think about. I think these are one of those moments we'll all look back, not only as our staff, but a community, and say, wow, that really happened, or we really did that. And so not only is it a sigh of relief, but also just a pin of pride to say our community is part of so many other people's lives now, and that's our goal at the end of the day, is to share the passion we have for Seneca County with others.
Excellent. Well, you guys are doing a great job because it's a party atmosphere down here in Seneca County. We'll be down here for the rest of the afternoon. I'm going to try to get some coverage for news of the actual Elope at the Eclipse event, where over 140 couples will be either renewing their vows or getting married during the total solar eclipse down here. So we'll be down here for the rest of the afternoon. I'm going to send it back to Kaylee and Jeff up at the Imagination Station, guys.
I don't know if I would get married during the eclipse.
It's something.
It would be cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like we were saying. We are providing this time capsule, and I think people want to have something to hold on to, because when you start talking once-in-a-lifetime moments, obviously
Getting
that
married is
you hope it's a once-in-a-lifetime moment, but you also have this celestial event, and it's going to be something to remember, right?
Yeah, well, by 2099, I hope I'm already married. I probably will be dead by then, so I missed my opportunity.
That's like when Chris was talking to the kids from Lansing area, the schools, 700 kids who were down here today that made the bus trip down, but he said, do you know when the next one's going to happen? And he said 2099, and one girl looked at him and goes, that's a long time.
That's a long time from now. They might still be alive. I think they're maybe 12, so who knows?
Who knows?
I'll be gone.
Chris and I were talking about, he said this is one of those science lab type moments for people to really hone in to the things that are going to happen when we hit totality, which obviously we're still a couple hours away from. But you're talking, the one thing that grabbed my attention this weekend was thinking about sunsets just in 360 degrees around you.
That's why I was a little jealous of the people that are going out on the water, maybe on Lake Erie. They're going to have that beautiful view of a 360 sunset. That's
the horizon easier, right?
That's one of the things that Chris Vickers is going to talk about a little bit later. Just some of the odd things that you might see. Odd but cool. Yeah. Things that you're going to see going on. So we also have some statistics that are kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So in 2017 was the last eclipse. I wasn't in view of totality.
We were not in totality here.
Yes.
But close.
Yeah, I was in Kentucky at the time, and it was a semi-partial. It wasn't great. Yeah. I know totality was in Bowling Green, Kentucky at the time. So at that time in 2017, there was a little more than 12 million people in the path of totality. For this one, there is 31 million people going to be in the path of totality. So a lot more people are going to be able to get their eyes on that totality view, which is exciting.